You are now watching Between Villains.
I ain't gonna lie, villains. We got a lot of catching up to do. It's been a lot of news lately. We gotta get into it, y'all. What's going on, man? Welcome back to Between Villains. Y'all know the vibes, man. Hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on post notifications on. Do everything y'all gotta do on y'all end to support us. Like I said, today is news day, man. We got a lot of news to go over. I ain't gonna lie, the last week was very, very spicy in terms of news. So we gonna get through everything, man. We gonna get through all the important stuff. If I left any like news topics out that you may have wanted to hear me talk about, please leave it in the comment section so I know what to look for. First things first, how is everybody? Hope everybody's good out there. I got 1,000 taxis outside. They going crazy out there. Give me a second, chat. You know, I got something rolled up for this. I came prepared. Yeah, man. Oh my God. Y'all hear that shit? Yo, shut up. I gotta talk to the people about the news. God damn. Y'all wildin'. All right, villains. So like I said, man, the news was very spicy this week. We got to get right into it. If you follow us on Twitch, like if you subscribed on that platform, you definitely have seen me over the last week play Cyberpunk 2077 for the very first time. Now, this is a game that I waited about 5-6 years for. Like, I waited for updates, waited for the game to get good, because when it came out, the game was low-key trash. Like, the game was getting a bunch of negative reviews and shit like that, but through a bunch of updates and patches and different DLC that they came out with, it's a great game now. And I have been enjoying my time with Cyberpunk. So if you have Twitch, definitely check us out playing Cyberpunk. But the reason I bring that up is because now I know CD Projekt Red, they watching us. Officially confirmed this week, Cyberpunk 2 is in pre-production, guys. So this is a game that was in production originally for like 10 years. Talking about the original had Keanu Reeves, and now it's getting a sequel. So I'm very excited for that. Apparently the game is taking place in Night City, which is the same setting from the first game. And I'm not mad about that, because Night City is fucking dope. Like, just being able to exist in that type of world, that cyberpunk setting is very dope, very immersive. So I'm excited for that. But it says don't expect it out before 2030. So we have a couple more years to go. What I think is going to happen is CD Projekt Red is going to come out with another DLC for Cyberpunk 2077. And I think they're probably going to get another actor that's like world renowned, because we know they got Keanu Reeves, then they got Idris Elba, a bunch of different people in that game. I think they go ahead, drop another DLC that kind of segues into Cyberpunk 2 a little bit, and then we get Cyberpunk 2. I think that'd be the way to go. To see what's going on, though. Like they said, 2030 is a little ways away. What are we in 2025, so that's 5 more years, guys. 5 more years, and then we'll get the next Cyberpunk game. We know CD Projekt Red is currently working on Witcher 4, so I know a lot of their resources are focused on Witcher right now. That game is probably coming along. But Cyberpunk, if they learned their lessons from the original game, I think part 2 could be fucking dope, guys. I'm excited for that piece of news. So let's move on. You know, we got a lot of shit to get through. Also, very spicy this week was the Stranding news. And when I say Stranding, y'all know what I'm talking about. One of my favorite video games of all time, Death Stranding, got another news update this week. So I believe last week they said some shit about a movie coming out. We don't know if Norman Reedus is returning as Sam for that movie. But if that wasn't enough, Death Stranding is actually going to get an anime adaptation. And this is something I'm very excited about. Hideo Kojima actually just like confirmed the news. He was doing like an interview or some shit like that. I think Death Stranding would definitely work as an anime, especially if they go like the route where they follow Sam and probably his early years when the Stranding first happened, you know what I mean? And then they let the movie actually take the events of the game and like adapt that. I don't know, man. I think this anime could be great. I'm interested to see what the art direction for the anime would be, because we know Death Stranding is a highly fucking polished visual game, and I think the anime studio that takes on this project, they're gonna have to go all out. You know what I mean? You got the BTs, the different like terrorist groups, the mules, everything like that. It's a very stylized world. You know, it's a Hideo Kojima world. If you ever play Metal Gear Solid or anything like that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I think this could definitely be adapted into an anime. It's something I'm looking forward to. And anything Death Stranding, you know, I'm here for it. You know what I mean? Like, one of my favorite games of all time. Y'all might think I'm playing, but deadass, I think it's one of the best games ever made, and I will down that fucking hill. I will down that hill. Or there we go. Chat said Peak Gabe. Peak fucking Gabe, bro. If you know, you know, man. Death Stranding, to me, like, Death Stranding came out, and that was like what a next gen game should be. A lot of games came out didn't really live up to the hype of this generation and shit. But that game, if you want a complete game with a bunch of content that pushes like the gaming genre in a new direction, I say play that game, yeah. But yeah, man. Apparently, anime's in production, and if you're a fan of anime, or if you're a fan of the game, or if you're a Norman Reedus fan, I think this is something to be excited about. So let's move on to some more news, man. We got some more news to get through. Like I said, spicy week, spicy week. Apparently, Apple is planning to launch a dedicated gaming app in iOS 19. That's actually kind of cool because we've seen different like game companies move into the mobile hand space. We know Xbox has the cloud gaming system shit where you can play any Xbox game on the cloud, off your phone, web browser, wherever. So I think Apple sees like what's going on and they want to get in on that. I don't know what that ecosystem looks like. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a bunch of subscriptions. It's most likely going to be a subscription-based service. I don't know. If it's not, and it's actually just like a fucking gaming platform like Steam, I think that'd be interesting. I think it's going to be something like subscription-based. It'll probably have some game offerings and shit like that. But to see Apple interested in like the gaming space, I think that's fucking dope. I think that they have something to contribute to gaming in some sort of way. I don't know if it's actually making video games or what, but I think that they have a very forward way of like designing things, and I think that they have something to contribute. So seeing that they are interested at all in the gaming landscape is dope. They're having a developers conference on June 9th. So I guess we'll find out some more information. What's that, next week? A week or two? See what's up. All right, let's move over. This is actually some sad news, but also spicy. Very spicy week. Apparently, EA cancels the Black Panther game and shut down Cliffhanger Studios. Very sad day for EA because this is a game that I know a lot of people were looking forward to. If you look at any comment section of this post and any platform, you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't know what's going on with EA, man. It's like, on one hand, they got their thing, like, you know, moving around with the sports shit. You know, you got college football popping off, Madden. But it's like, what's up, bro? Like, y'all shut the studio down and canceled the game. Like, you acting like you don't have a bunch of different studios where y'all could have probably rotated the game to a different studio and kept some of the people. I don't know what's going on, but let me see if I can pull up some more information. It says, as a result of EA shuttering Cliffhanger, multiple employees, of course, have been laid off, both at the studio and across EA's mobile and central teams. Variety has confirmed the number of staffers cut is less than the 300 that EA let go last month when it canceled its next planned Titanfall game. God damn, so they canceled that Titanfall game last month, let go of 300 people. They canceled Black Panther now and they let go a bunch of people. It's not saying the exact number. I'm assuming it's probably in the hundreds because a Marvel game, you know, you need a bunch of people working on that, but damn, that's fucking sad, bro. Yeah, man, a lot of jobs lost. Fuck the game at that point, you know. Just the fact that they shut the whole studio down. We see this happening across like the whole gaming landscape a lot lately. Studios closing down, games getting canceled, this, that, and the third. Just sucks, man. I think it was dope, man. I think it was a dope idea. I think it was gonna come out good, and EA might regret that in the future. But that's it when it comes to the actual news. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier in the video, if you feel like I left anything out, please leave it in the comment section down below. I'll probably get to it in the next vid. But what I want to do, get through some of these trailers that we got this week. Still news, but we actually got some trailers to watch and shit like that. Yeah, I'm setting it up. So first thing I want to do is maybe let's check out this Elden Ring Nightreign trailer. So Elden Ring Nightreign, I think we a couple days, maybe one day at this point, at the time of this recording, away from the game. So very exciting time to be an Elden Ring fan. This is not DLC for the original game. This is more of like a spin-off where you and two other friends go through this whole 3-day course. It's kind of like a battle royale style map. The ring gets smaller and shit like that, yada yada yada. It's gonna be fucking awesome. But we got 2 new trailers. So we have a Bring Me to Life trailer, which I think is gonna just show off some more shit happening in the game. And then we actually got a Class trailer. The Class trailers have been fucking awesome. These trailers basically have been giving us looks at the classes that are gonna be in the game and how they play and shit like that. So we're gonna watch both right now. Oh my god, Bring Me to Life. It's the actual song. Damn, I don't want to play it because it's gonna be some fucking damn. Y'all already hear the song. Let's mute it. We'll mute it. But this is exactly the song. Is this Evanescence? Oh nah, they wildin'. I didn't even post this on the page yet. This is tough. This is famously in Daredevil, if I'm not bugging. The original Daredevil, Ben Affleck back in the day. This is what's playing in the background, I can confirm. Oh, it's as epic as you would think. I wish we could play the audio. I don't want to get flagged or nothing like that. I don't fuck around. Oh, this is dope. Remember that fight? The Fell Omen, Margit. And the cool shit is with the Nightreign game is that they actually incorporating bosses from the other games. So like Dark Souls 3, the Nameless King, he's gonna be in the game. Freya from Dark Souls 2, gonna be in the game. Bunch of random shit. Wake me up inside. This is awesome. Let me level them out. I'm telling you, I know the flag is a flagging. I ain't trying to get flagged. Rick Flag. But it looks awesome, man. Very excited for this game. The trailer is fucking peak. W trailer. So we kind of just saw her in the last trailer, but this is the Revenant class. I'm assuming she's gonna be like a spellcaster. Maybe. See her playing the harp and shit like that. Look, she's summoning spirits and shit. Okay, so she has like an Ash of War, I'm guessing. Maybe. You know? I don't know. Oh, shit. Yeah, she's summoning some shit, though. Respect. Respect for the summons. Respect for the fucking summons, bruh. Yeah, this game is gonna be fucking awesome. Heard some mixed reviews, but the things that I'm hearing is like don't really bother me. Like I don't mind fucking losing on a run because I'm used to losing from software games. You know what I mean? Like fuck that. I'm here for the experience. I'm here for the time. So there's that. Let me know how y'all feeling about that class down below in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feeling about that previous Elden Ring trailer too. Just picture the music in your head. You'll understand. Or you could just watch the actual trailer. You know what I mean? Get the fuck out of here, watch that trailer, see what I'm talking about, then come back. This next trailer is also something that I wanted to watch. I actually haven't seen this yet. But there's a featurette, I believe, for Mafia. We'll watch that together real quick and we'll end it there for this week. We're going right back to that part of the story. This is a game coming out. It's going to be about 2K games, of course. Mafia begin. All of the men in this and it's going to be awesome. Mafia games have been amazing, up to date, and one of the strongest changes in direction we could take for the franchise creatively was to not set the game in a city, rather to take it to somewhere else to show where these criminal customs. Yeah, they chose to take it to the countryside, which is very different for the series. Very interesting too, because we don't get a lot of games set in these type of settings that are this genre. You know what I mean? What have they seen before? What do they expect? What's the fantasy? Let me let my boy carry. Let me shut up. Let me let him cook. And try and imagine how we would start to build the game around that experience.
It also gives us an opportunity to present players with something that they haven't seen before.
We're quite lucky because Sicily at this time was photographed by a handful of people, and those photographs still exist. There's one really iconic image for me with a child, and you can see, you know, the incredible poverty. There's such humanity in those. Yeah,
you could tell they went for a very accurate take.
Storytelling in that location because they're also in front of one of these beautiful carved stone buildings. That's the starting point for me.
Sicily's been in the franchise before. Sicily's featured in Mafia 2. That's something that was very interesting to us when we went back and looked at the possibility of making a new game in this environment.
Sicily's a much more.
I didn't play part 2. I only played the first.
A lot of people imagine Greek and Roman ruins and some of the Byzantine architecture as well.
So they saw that and was like, let's revisit in the glory days and let's cook.
Many architecture styles. There are certain, as we call it, layers of history.
It's very exciting to explore this setting and time period. It brings some challenges also for us, but it's quite fun to try to tackle those.
The team's able to deliver really, really spectacular environments, beautiful looking scenes, which really captures the essence of Sicily.
went
Yeah,
with
this
a
shit looks
team
fucking
of
beautiful.
artists to
Goddamn.
go to Sicily.
And
to
if I'm not
work
bugging, the
with
game gonna be like
some
$40,
mines
$50 or
in
some shit like that. It's
Sicily,
gonna be a
and
nice,
They took us on
nice
the most
double A
incredible
price.
journey,
I love that.
taking in so many
Like,
different
Expedition.
locations. Every day was super jam-packed between museums and other locations, meeting people that you wouldn't have expected to meet, and there's no way that we could have met on our own.
We work closely with Hunger 13 to recreate early 900 Sicilian cities, ensuring that every cultural and narrative reference is as accurate as possible.
We wanted to highlight an aspect of Sicily that many have never seen before.
I felt we were
Let me know if y'all want to see me
time
stream this
capsule
shit too.
was from every corner
Like I said,
of
I
the
haven't.
street
Oh,
and
Rigu
seeing
could stream it as well. I know he wants to do
Sicily
mine's
isn't
eye,
just a backdrop
which is
for
also
us,
coming
it's a
out.
place that welcomes you, that you come
I
to
believe in a couple of
understand
weeks,
and
so.
appreciate. We can't wait for players to experience it firsthand.
This is a family, and in this family we follow a code of honor.
Our priority has always been to ensure that everything in the game feels authentic.
The details are absolutely key in keeping the immersion of the player.
We need to make sure that the game is grounded in the real history of the Sicilian mafia.
Yeah, they didn't want to take
Experts in their
liberties.
field are able to
Start
kind of
just
help us
cooking up lore about himself. I
contextualize
feel
things
the-
that we read and the stuff that we see on the screen with real lived experiences.
When it comes to something like the knives in the game, there's very little reference that's available for that, right? And so really we had to dig very deep. So we went in some tiny little backwater sort of machine shop where this guy and his son were still crafting knives by hand, imbuing them with their particular regional styles and also their
Fucking awesome.
thumbprints, if you like, of their particular approach to.
So they really went and did the
knives.
footwork
Just
for the
wouldn't really
game.
Experience that any other way.
Previous Mafia games were more or less city heavy, and now we are moving to more organic wildlife setting of Sicily.
A very realistic, high fidelity, authentic setting. Really feels like we're transporting you back to 1900 Sicily. That's what Mafia players really expect from one of our games.
Players will form a relationship with Sicily over the course of this game. The landscape is always a character in any Mafia game. I think that's especially true of this location and of this time period and setting.
The promise is to play a classic mob movie. That's the game that you're going to play, allowing players to really imagine themselves back in that time and playing through the game as a Sicilian gangster. I hope players find it as exciting as we do.
I can't wait to show what we've built genuinely to the world.
Welcome, Enzo.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That right there made me a little hype for the game. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That brings us to the end of the news for this week, my villains. Let me know what y'all think of everything down below that we talked about. Like I said earlier, if there's anything that you think I missed this week, any big news that I might have glossed over, anything like that, let me know down below in the comment section. Before you get out of here, please hit that like and subscribe button, everything that you got to do to support us. As always, it's been a pleasure. The host with the most flea. And we'll catch you guys on the next piece of content.